Foreign Affairs Minister Peter David says government officials are in constant communication with Grenadian students in China. During a recent meeting, the minister asks parents to critically examine information shared, especially on social media.
With respect to the students, our ambassador in China has been in touch with all of the students. Now, any student who is not in touch is because the student is not on the WeChat, on the chat groups. There are 2 chat groups established by the embassy in China. One chat group for the students at the epicenter, meaning Wuhan. Another chat group for all of the other students in the other areas. For example, Shanghai and Chongqing and all these other areas where we have students, they have a bigger WeChat. The reason why she separated them is because the Wuhan students are in the most difficult situation because they are on lockdown. And they are on lockdown for their own safety and for the safety of everyone else also. For their own safety primarily because none of them have been diagnosed. It means that for as long as they stay where they are, given the history of the infections, the spread of the infection, they will be okay.
The Foreign Affairs Minister says the Chinese government has placed resources at the disposal of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in China to take care of the needs of foreign students. Minister David says while he understands the level of frustration the students may be experiencing, he warns that there is a greater risk factor associated with moving students from Wuhan to other parts of China.
While there is talk about evacuation, of course, that has 2 sets of implications. One, evacuation has a huge risk in that in moving from Wuhan to moving out and getting out to travel, you can contract disease. So there's a risk to the students themselves. In addition to the risk to them in moving, there's also a risk of infection because remember, it's not only them that go in individually in a plane. They are going to go on a plane with 300 people. And they will have to be sure that the other 299 on the plane free of infection. Because they're not coming from Wuhan straight into the air and dropping in Soubise or Maran or St. George's. They have to go through the whole process through China to Grenada. So that risk is there. They are working on that. The embassy has also said that there's been 0 infections for anybody from the Caribbean. Remember, Grenada has students, but so too do many other Caribbean countries. There's also 0 infections for other Caribbean countries.
According to him, the Chinese government has established a hotline through which students can contact the Chinese authorities should needs be. Minister with responsibility for tertiary education, Pamela Moses, empathized with the parents, acknowledging that it is a challenge. Grenada has approximately 80 students studying in China. Christina John, GBN News.